Welcome to this short video all about the skyVac gutter cleaning machine, which cleans gutters all from the safety of the ground. No need for ladders, no need for cherry pickers, no need for scaffolding. Now basically what it is a very powerful wet and dry vacuum unit, although I will argue about that a little later. It also combines super lightweight carbon fibre poles and a camera system. Now as you can appreciate, if you're cleaning gutters from the safety of the ground, you can't see what's in the gutter. So we've got a camera system. Basically, it sits on this telescopic pole. We've got 3 of these poles available. This particular one is a 24-foot one, so that fits comfortably onto a 2-storey building. We also do a 34-foot telescopic pole for 3 storeys, and then we've got a 44-foot pole for 4 storeys. So how does the system work? It's quite simple. There is a waterproof boot on there, and I will take it off for the purposes of this video, just to show you underneath. Basically, you've got an aerial and an on and off switch. Quite simple. So I'm going to put the little waterproof boot back on again, because you can switch it on through the boot. You may have seen a little green light just come on now. And what I'll do, I'll press and hold the monitor, and that will come on. It's very polite, it says welcome. And what it's doing is sending a wireless signal from here to here, and it's not relying on the Wi-Fi. Okay? Now then, features on the monitor and the camera are as follows. It's got a zoom facility as well, so you can zoom in 4 times, zoom back out again. It's automatic infrared, and it's also showerproof and shockproof. But the real neat feature with this is that just in the side here, you can put a micro SD card, which then captures video footage and photographs as well, which is then all downloadable onto your computer. So you can have job specifics, name the folder, put the footage in there, and you can get your before and after photos all in your folders. So very neat for tracking and reporting. So in terms of inspecting the gutter up there, all we do is we simply back the clip off and feather the pole up to the desired height, and in a minute you'll see there's a little red line there. That's obviously if you've gone a little bit too far. All you need to do is then just drop it back down and clamp the clip over. So I'm going to continue to feather it up. Right, obviously we can see here's the gutter line just here, so we can now see what's in the gutters. Now if that is full of rubbish and you're with a client, you can then sort of suggest to them, look, all that rubbish in them gutters will prevent the water from flowing freely away from the building. Now water's going to want to get in anywhere, and potentially it could get into the building or the property or the home and cause some very expensive damp repairs. Now obviously for the sake of a modest gutter cleaning fee, we can clear all them gutters out and keep all these gutters flowing freely and all the water flowing freely away from your home. Another good thing with this as well, particularly if you're a builder or a surveyor of some description, it also doubles up as a roof inspection, so you can get hold of them slipped tiles or cracked tiles and report them back to the office, and again saves you getting dangerous ladders or scaffolding out. So all in all, a very useful system for clearing gutters from the safety of the ground and inspecting buildings. So I'm going to drop that back down for the time being. So it is a battery powered system. In terms of run time, on the monitor you're looking at about 3.5 hours, on the camera 4 to 4.5 hours. But what I'd like to show you is what comes in the bag, because it comes in a nice padded bag. So in terms of charging your camera and your monitor up, comes with a 3-pin plug, like that, which plugs into a normal 240 volt supply, but it also comes with a spur as well, so you can clip that on there, and then you can charge both the camera and the monitor up at the same time. Now, we don't recommend dip charging with the system. We recommend that you run the battery down as low as you dare, but however, if you did get caught short and you did need to have a little charge up, there is a in-car charger as well that comes with it. Okay? Okay, now then, obviously, if you're cleaning from the safety of the ground and you may be 2, 3, 4 storeys up, the equipment and the tooling that you're going to use is going to be quite an extensive set of tools, shall we say. So what we've got is our carbon fibre suction poles. These are our new super duper elite poles, and we're really proud of these ones. Effectively, they're 15mm in diameter. Each pole is 1.5 metres long and weighs just 280 grams. How they connect together is you've got your clamp here, and on the bottom part of the pole we've got a raised beveled edge, and what happens, you slot that into there and it clamps it into position, and then you pull the clamp over, and that way that ought to never ever get stuck inside one another. Then you can put 8 of these poles together, which gets you up to a maximum height of 4 stories, 40 feet, which is 12 metres. Okay? In a minute I'll put the poles together and we'll show you how to do some gutter cleaning, but before that I want to show you the star of the show, I suppose, and this is our skyVac gutter cleaning unit. Now I mentioned earlier, you know, it's a wet and dry vacuum unit. I don't want to call it a wet and dry vacuum unit. I prefer to call it a gutter cleaning machine, because that is exactly what it is. And it's got various built-in features which makes it a gutter cleaning machine. So, the best way of me showing you the features, first of all, is to take the head off. Now, any other gutter cleaning machine out there on the market will be an off-the-shelf vacuum unit, and they'll all be front-loading like that. Problem with a front loader is that you've got the filter here which sits in the drum, and any heavy sods of earth which come out can get stuck at entry point and against the filter, which is not good news. So what we've done, we've pitched ours on the side, and we had this constructed of steel because that takes quite a pasting, that does. So what happens, as it comes in the side here, the air movement in here is one of a vortex motion, so it drags it round the outside of the drum and drops all the rubbish to the bottom. And me personally, I've been all over the country, I've done loads of demos in loads of different environments, and I've never ever had a blockage on that side entry, so highly recommend that. While the head's off, that's a good opportunity to show you the all-terrain chassis as well. So we've got the big wheels at the back, and then we've got the multi-directional locking wheel casters on the front. So if you're on a slight gradient, you simply just lock it into position and that won't roll away. Now, as I mentioned earlier, when you've collected all the rubbish in here, how do you dispose of it? It's worth having a word with your client and then getting permission if you could possibly put it into their shrubs and borders. And all you do is simply roll it over and you tilt it, and all that rubbish can come out into the shrubs and borders. If you spread it out, it'll mulch down. It's only organic waste, and in point of fact, what it'll do will just help the shrubs and the borders grow a little bit more vibrantly. So, let's imagine that we're in a row of terrace houses, and we might not be able to get this through. It's quite simple. Just disconnect it from the chassis. You can lift the drum up and then carry it through the property into the back, carry the head through, and you can carry on working. So I'll put that back on for now, flip it into position, wheel it round. So I'm going to show you some more features. Okay, so skyVac Industrial is the world's most powerful freestanding gutter cleaning machine. We've got 3 motors here running at 3,400 watts. It's available in 110 volt as well as 240 volt. To harness the power and to lift up all them heavy tuss of earth, slide it over here to select muscle power on the power mix lever. But for everyday general use, slide it over here. It will be running at 8,000 litres per minute and will rapidly remove moss and leaves and rubbish of that nature. One other thing, just briefly, show you the cartridge filter, because it is a washable filter. Simply all you do is just take the plate off, pull the filter out. Now you can clean the filter just with a hand broom, or if it's particularly bad, give it a squirt with a hose pipe. But what we're looking to do, because this is a nice new one which is nice and white, and this will never be white again. It'll be a nice tinge of brown. But what we're looking to do in these pleats here is to make sure that there's no mud or sludge sitting in there. That's what we want to get out, because then that will allow the skyvac system to breathe. Put it back into position, like so. Okay, so now then, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put some poles up into that gutter, because I'm going to show you best practice for putting the poles together. We've been up with the camera already, and we've identified what's going on, and we've selected this end tool to clean the gutters out with, because we've got other end tools available. The tool holder, again, is constructed of carbon fibre, so it's nice and strong and nice and durable, and it's nice and rigid, so that when you're up there getting them heavy sods of earth out, you can get a really good purchase on it. It is adjustable, and adjust the lengths of them. If you've got a particularly deep gutter, we've got an extra long down tool. You'll see the extra length there for wider box gutters, for down pipes, like I say. Put that back. If you've got gutters where you need to get into a tight gap, we've got this reducer tool here, so you can see the difference in diameter there. And then for them really, really tight gutters, we've got a crevice tool, because sometimes with roof tiles over the top, you get your finger in sometimes, and that's what that allows. And then for aluminium gutters, we've got the plastic one as well. Okay? So I'm going to fit this back into position, like that. So, I'm going to build my poles up, and I don't really want to lay them out along the floor and build them up and lift them up into position. I'm putting unnecessary strain on me, unnecessary strain on the poles really. Plus I don't want anyone to trip over them, or even worse, a car drive over the top of them. So I'll line them up against the wall. I'll get my skyvac logos up, and I open my clamps up, and I've got my tool ready, and I literally just build them against the wall. And then I drop it into the gutter. Now once it's in the gutter, it takes all the weight off of me, the operator, because the gutter acts like an anchor point almost. Now best practice for cleaning is, one of the worst things you can do is just to go gung-ho and don't give the machine a chance to work, because you don't want to overwhelm it. So the best practice is to have a little nibble forward and then pull back. Have a little nibble forward and pull back. Effectively what you're doing, are grabbing bite-sized pieces at a time. You'll hear all the rubbish coming down the tubes and then on into the skyvac unit itself. Okay? Now another little thing I'd like you to consider with the skyvac, as you can appreciate, some buildings have conservatories or lean-tos on them, and the great thing about this is that all you need to do is stand a little bit further back, maybe put another pole on, and then you are up and over and into the gutters on the conservatory, which is no man's land normally. Okay? What I'm going to do now is connect the suction, the flexi hose up. Now it's a 6 metre flexi hose. On the one end you've got a soft cuff, which will fit onto the bottom of the poles. And on the other end, you've got a hard plastic cuff, and it clips into position like that. So with my bottom pole, fit it on. Like that. I'm running. Now, the good thing about this is the flexi hose is not up here, because if there's anything cumbersome, it's going to be a flexi hose. So you want to try and get your flexi hose at about this sort of height off the ground, so it doesn't get in your way too much. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, We can go up and inspect buildings with our camera system, which is really neat because then we can decide which end tool we're going to use. Now, on a lot of commercial buildings you'll find parapet walls, and the best way of describing that is, imagine this is the front of the building. It goes all right to the top, and then the parapet wall goes back, drops back down again to here, and just in here you'd have like a gutter line. So normal tools will not fit into it. But what we've got is our new up and over tool. And it simply fits in the top of our clamp part, like so. And now we can get up, over and back down again into inset gutters. Okay, so I'm going to do a short demonstration of the skyVac vacuuming out some leaves from a gutter. In terms of switching the system on, you'll notice that there's a white switch just here. Always put the white switch on first, followed by either one of the red ones. Idea is we just want to build the power up gradually. So, white motor, either one of the reds. Yeah. So we've just seen the skyVac rapidly remove them leaves from that gutter, and now they're all in the bottom of the drum. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that short video demonstrating the skyVac system and found it very informative. If you have any other queries, then please just get in touch with us. We're here to help.